Welcome to Serenity, Game Systems Foundation. In this step, we're going to work with one of the most visual systems of Serenity, the UI theme. The theme controls absolutely everything related to the look and feel of your interface. Buttons, text, selectors, panels, models, and in general, any visual element of your game. Configuring the theme properly means that any view you create later will have a consistent and professional style without the need to duplicate work. We're going to see where the example theme is located, how it's organized, which prefabs it contains, and how you can adapt it to your own style. This is the Unity UI settings. Here you configure which theme you want to use, and assign the game settings that are responsible for managing the scale and font size. Here you can also explicitly configure which UI asset shall be preloaded. In the Themes folder, you'll find available UI themes separated into folders. Each theme is represented by a scriptable object. In this definition, you assign the theme name, the prefabs to manage, and the sound that represent each of the actions. You can choose whether to display a background for each menu using a checkbox. You can also decide whether a menu should adapt to text size and define the padding between the text and its container. Whenever something needs to be rendered, we create a prefab that will eventually be used by other prefabs. For example, the label prefab is used in any prefab that needs to render text. This way, when the label is modified, the change propagates automatically to all components that use it. Let's create a new theme. To save some time, you can use the directory cloner tool. In our case, we're filling the search pattern field with futuristic and the replace pattern field with test. By pressing the clone button, you will create a copy of the source folder and replace the pattern in all file names and content. All references on source folder will be also updated on the clone folder. Let's change the label component font and color, updating the TextSpecs Pro component. Going to the title component, we can see the font updated. Let's do some changes. The component background is a component used by other components, as you can imagine, as the main background of its representation. The highlight component is used for feedback when selecting options. Let's change it. Now, on Unity UI settings, you can choose the new theme we've just created. On the Serenity installer, you can avoid to see initial cutscenes using the proper initialization pipeline profile. You now know the visual foundation of Serenity. You know where the UI theme lives, what it contains, how it affects the entire interface, and how you can modify it to adapt the look and feel of your game. On the next step, we're going to start working with something even more powerful. How to define your own menus using scriptable objects, and how Serenity automatically generates them using the themes.